Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon. If you're like me in a very, very hot UK at the moment, good evening. This is the Friday Edge Report. I'm your incredibly sweaty host, Alfredo, and it's a special day today, boys and girls. My youngest ankle biter just turned one. So I'm completely full of cake and coffee from chasing a small person around in a tutu all day. So I'm about ready to talk about the charts and then quite possibly fall asleep on the sofa straight afterwards. But I'm joined, as always, by my good time guy, the lead to my pencil, the cream to my afternoon butter scones, David of Kiros. Welcome.
How's it
How's
going,
it going?
guys?
You've had a rough one as well. It's been a cool week this week. We've had some up and down news, man. Up and down news. The last couple of weeks have been a bit disappointing to trade. I won't lie. There's been some successes. There's been some failures. There's been a couple of disappointments with 23 was it 1,000 people losing jobs. But we'll talk about that a little bit in a moment or two. But as I said, it was strange. The index closed Thursday at a record, third green week in a row, and yet if you've been trading it day to day, it has felt horrible. Grindy, thin, headline driven, and just abusing all of our normal levels. So both of those things are always true at once. They tend to come in batches of really good news or really bad news. But that is tonight's theme, really. Record highs on the front page and a rough tape on the screen. How has your week been, Dave, on the charts?
It's been pretty good. Yeah, it's
You've
I
had a
mean,
good week.
yeah, I've liked this price action. To be honest, it's been um, kind of right up my alley for for how I trade. So
Well, some people love it, some people don't. I hated it, but
yeah,
it is what it is. Um, yeah, bit of a roller coaster. So let's move on. Just want to say a quick thank you to Blue Sky, our wonderful sponsors. Hello, Blue Sky, you are fantastic. We've, as always, we've got our competition running, our Blue Sky competition every single Friday and Sunday. Friday Edge Report and Sunday Systems Check. You can enter and have a chance to win a Blue Sky account. Now, a couple of times, it depends on how they're feeling at the time because I can't tell you when they'll do it. But they've been giving out 200k accounts apparently, as well as 50k accounts. So if you win, you might win again by getting a bigger account. So do whack the word Clear Edge into the chat here. We won't make you do anything silly this week because Dave and I are a bit tired, but we do want to give you this account. So we will pull the winner out at the end with Dave's magic roundabout of fun. So get the word Clear Edge in if you do want a chance to win. And if you don't win, or if you do win, depending on how cool you're feeling, check out our discount code. You can get a third off of all Blue Sky accounts by entering the word Clear Edge at the checkout. You'll get a third off of most of the accounts. We do sporadically run other promotions with Blue Sky. I'm going to ask them for something funky soon because they are funky people. We will let you know if there's any other cool discounts coming out soon. We'll let you know. But yeah, what we got? Blue Sky. I love a bit of Blue Sky. So this week at a glance, we where are we? Sorry, I've lost my bits and bobs. We had a record close on the S&P. The S&P had fun. We've got a new S&P signal potentially coming out soon. We can't talk about it too much, but one of our guys are working behind the scenes, and he's been having an absolute rare of it. But the S&P had some fun this week. It was nice to watch. It was nice to watch. But the Nas had a bit of a week, as we said. The third up week in was it 3 weeks now? So yeah, third week in a row, the longest streak since May. It's on a bit of a run. Gold has been cruising around that 4,400 mark. We had a big jump last week, and we'll see how gold goes. But gold's got a lot of room up to its all-time highs. But again, we talk about this every week. We want gold to move because gold does great in these wonderful trend environments, but it's been a bit stagnant, and we're looking to see some moves over there a little while ago, and it's slowly building up to what we hope is going to be a bit of a spike, which is strange whilst we're in a tenuous war period, around the globe. You normally see a little bit of move, but what's your ideas about gold at the moment, Dave? I know you don't trade it every single day anymore, but you watch the ticker.
No, I have not been watching it very
No?
much. Yeah, I can pull up a chart and take a look, but I mean, we've been going up, right? It's been some nice moves up.
We have just released a gold optimization for the new Auto Punisher 1.4 as well. That's been kicking it. So guys, if you want some,
Is that a bison?
that's the big B.
Yeah.
Big B. I was going to do a bison impression then, but I don't think you guys will appreciate it. I won't do an impression of Big Bison either. That'd be weird. But Bison, we love you. Bison's come up with some great charts for us, guys. If you should pick his brain. He is a very knowledgeable gentleman. And hello, Bison, if you're in the chat. Have we had any entries yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Seth joined us today. So.
Hey Seth, how's it going, buddy?
I've known him since before Clear Edge, so back when I started trading, we met.
Trading friends. Is this one from your group?
Yeah.
Okay. Seth,
so yeah.
And Evan as well.
Yeah, and Matt Winners.
Nice. We'll have to say hi at some point. We'll have a digital coffee.
Yeah.
But AI has been a bit of a chat this week. The AI bid got revalidated this week. CoreWeave was doubling in revenue. Supermicro guiding miles above consensus. TSMC sales up 45%. Every time the market starts doubting the capex story, someone prints a number like that starts to end the argument. But there's still talk going on that this is a bubble. But it's sometimes all just talk. Those eternal bears, they like to soothsay that we're going to go through some massive correction, but I just don't see it now. These guys are generating revenue, and AI is now becoming so integral to everything we do. But they're even talking about the Anthropic IPO now as well. Did you read about that?
No, I didn't read about it, but I heard about it. I think you and I chatted about it a bit a while back.
Yeah, the rates picture stopped scaring people. The CPI in line, PPI outright just call. Nobody's pricing cuts. Well, are they? Nobody's listening to pricing hikes at the moment either, and that's all a market at 22 times forward needed to hear. It's a strange time at the moment, but oil's off the boil from $105 down to $92. That's a tax cut for the whole non-energy complex at the moment. And under the surface, breadth has actually improved just a little bit. Over 70% of the S&P names are above their 200-day. The best since December 24. The leadership is narrow, even AI and energy, but the participation isn't as thin as it feels. Worth saying both halves of that. So keep an eye. S&P, hitting those all-time highs again. Everyone's going to be watching it for a little pullback, maybe a little correction. I don't know. We'll see. But once we start hitting these all-time highs, and it's the ES hitting it first, everyone's watching. So keep an eye on those. When an index makes a new high, ask how many stocks came with it. If it's everything, that's a healthy market. If it's just 6 AI names dragging the other 494 along by the collar, that's still a new high, but it's a narrower ledge to stand on. Not a sell signal, just a know what you actually own signal. Just look into it a little bit. But yeah, let's go through some red folder from this week. Have a look at actually what came in. Where are we? There we go. Well, actually landed. So CPI data, that was last week. We spoke on Sunday about this being really heavy week into Wednesday. Wednesday was a bit of a disappointment for me. I didn't like it one bit. I was expecting a lot more going on, but c'est la vie. The headline was 0.1% month on month, 3.4% year on year. All of it bang in line. And in line sounds boring, as I just said, but boring is exactly what the market ordered. The core down to 2.5%. That's the lowest handle in a good while. Last week we said circle Wednesday, as I just said, and we hope you did. It didn't explode, but that was the trade, depending on how you entered it. If you entered it, I personally stayed away. Thursday PPI, and this was the big one. Headline unchanged, 0. That's it. The annual rate was down 4.7%, down from 5.5 to 4.7. That's a big, it's a big percentage drop in 1 month. Core 0.2% versus 0.3% as expected. Under the bonnet, goods is down 0.7%. Services up 2%. Construction up a whopping 2.5%. This is what put us at the record close. That's what contributed anyway. But yeah, little tidbit. Think of a coffee shop. PPI is what the shop pays for the beans, the cups, the electricity. CPI is what you pay for the flat white. When the beans get cheaper, the flat white doesn't drop the same afternoon, but it does eventually. That's why PPI cooling first is generally encouraging, but the pipe is unclogging upstream. So hopefully that will show soon. Friday, the consumer fell over. Retail sales was down 0.6% month on month against expectations, roughly up 0.1%. That's the steepest drop since May 25. Core retail sales was down 0.3%. University of Michigan sentiment, August prelim 51, down from July's 55.2, roughly an 8% fall, ending a 2-month improving streak. And that was pervasive. Older consumers, lower income, non-college, not one niche group having a bit of a wobble. No little tidbit. Same week, 2-week data points to opposite reactions. So the soft PPI stocks up because it means less pressure on the Fed. Soft retail sales stock down because it means less money is coming through the door. Weak data isn't a direction. It depends entirely on which fear the market is currently nursing. So read the context, not the arrow. All right. My mouth's all dry. I've gone through about 7 liters of water today. I tell you, it must be about 90% humidity here. it's crazy,
Yeah.
But that's just a day walk in the park for you, isn't
it? Yeah. It was much worse when I lived in Louisiana. It was 100% humidity pretty much every day.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Is everyone walking around there like skinny as a rake because they just sweat everything they eat?
Nope. I think it's one of the most unhealthiest states in the United States.
They keep up the sweat by just scoffing burgers.
Yeah. They have drive-through daiquiri shacks, so people just drive through and buy their daiquiris.
Isn't daiquiri heavily alcoholic?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you have a drive-through. Do the police just wait at the corner and just?
No, it's perfectly legal in Louisiana.
You can drink and drive in Louisiana.
No, they give you a cup and they have a straw in it, and you're not allowed to. I forget. There's something that you're not allowed to do. So like you're not allowed to like break off like the straw thing on it or something like that.
Oh, so you don't have an open container. I get it.
Seth might know more because he's over there, and Matt, but because I'm not originally from there. But it was a shock to me when I moved from Seattle and they had drive-through daiquiri like alcohol stands.
That's crazy. Yeah. I can't say anything actually. We have a big pub chain in the UK called the Weatherspoons. If anyone's ever been to the UK, you would have 100% seen the Weatherspoons because they all smell like wee and really sticky carpets because they're cheap places. But the biggest pub in the entire country is on one of our motorways, and the only way you can access it is via like a 4-lane motorway.
Really?
Yeah.
Evan just answered in the chat. So you're not allowed to open the straw. You can't open the straw paper.
So I'm just imagining everyone with really soggy straws because you have paper straws now, don't you?
Yeah.
So you get home and you've just got melted cardboard.
Not in Louisiana. Louisiana doesn't have paper straws. They still let you use plastic there. So.
And if it's that hot, it's melted.
Yeah.
Love that. I love the logic going on with that.
Yeah. Louisiana's an interesting place, man. So
I need to visit.
Yeah.
I've only ever done like the East Coast and done the whole New York.
Oh,
bit.
you haven't been over by New Orleans?
I was the other side. I did Washington State and Vancouver. I think we spoke about this the other day.
Yeah, we did.
And I just remember it being really cold. Really, really cold. I was traveling with my school many years ago, as you can tell, because I'm old and bald now. But yeah, I'll have to come over. I'm going to come visit you soon. I think I want some Mama Herzog's home dinner, home cooking.
Let's do it. We'll go take the boat out on our lake. So
100%, guys. I'm seeing some clear edges coming in. If you have just tuned in, please do enter our account giveaway competition. The only way to enter is by whacking in the word clear edge into the chat there. And yeah, David informed me the other day that I've been telling everyone that it's a 50k account. That isn't necessarily the case. Depends on what they're feeling at the time. There's a couple of people got hold of a 200k account, so you could win and then win some more. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. We'll get David's Wheel of Doom out, or what are we calling it? I've given it about 6 different names.
Wheel of names.
Wheel of names. The Wheel of Fortune names. I don't know. We'll come up with something better. All right, let's talk about the futures board. Where are we? So, third green week in ES. Third green week. I really wish that I spent a little bit more time trading ES this week and last and the week before. But the cash index made the record at 7798.99 Thursday. Intraday was 7816.70. We've broken out of a 3-month range now. So the old range is at the top of that level that matters on any pullback. So that potentially could be your line. Friday, flat to slightly lower, a pause, not a reversal. There was a lot of movement this week, so that was expected. Not a reversal, at least not yet. So do be watching the ticker. NQ bias was up and leading. You know, we're not miles away from the all-time high now. What was the all-time high? 600 and something, wasn't it? We were talking last week about that magic 30,000 again, but that feels like a thing of the past now. Well, it was, but
yeah.
Tech
all-time high is,
I think it's 3690 something or 3660 something.
Yeah,
off the top of my head.
Something like that. You can see it on the higher time frames. All right, yeah, it's up at 3977. Looks like.
Really? Oh well, I'm talking absolute crap. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it from the wizard over there.
I mean, that's on the continuous contract with trading view. So
yeah,
I don't know how that compares necessarily. I don't really, honestly, like, even after trading futures for the last 3-4 years, like, I don't understand how you calculate the all-time highs when we like switch over contracts.
Yeah,
like where actually is the all-time high?
I know, man. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I rely on other people to tell me. I'm like,
it's difficult to conceptualize sometimes when you're running off of different contracts, and then you've got this instrument on TradeAvate, or not even TradeAvate, sorry, on TradingView, that's the continuous.
Yeah.
You know, it is a little bit. Maybe we should do a bit about that at some point. Yeah. Maybe we should do a little bit about that. Well,
give me some education on it.
I got to educate myself first, bro. It's been a long time since I sat in economics.
Yeah,
long time. But where we got? So we got tech doing all the work on the NQ at the moment. A lot of the work anyway. CoreWeave, Supermicro, TSMC, all confirming AI demand is real spending, guys. I say that, real spending, not just a story. Friday down 0.2% in sympathy with the retail miss, you know. So there has been a bit of up, bit of down, bit of shake it all around, but you know, that is the futures that is the futures markets for you. Evan has just told us they use spot and the forward contract, I believe, somehow get it from those two values. Thank you, Evan. Yes, lots of different things come into play with that, with the determining the when it does switch over. But I'll get some words out for you in a week or two once I've had a moment to digest myself. But let's talk about gold. So gold bias choppy, mildly lower. We're cruising around that 4,400 mark again. Monday, December futures opened around 4,400. Tuesday, 44.46, up 0.6% on the Iran situation worsening. By Friday, spot was back to 4,349. August range so far roughly 3,963 to 4,509. So, sorry, I'll keep getting messages whilst we're on the live stream. I do apologize. If anyone knows that Discord noise, it follows me in my sleep. Sometimes I hear that. It's the thing that I go to sleep to, and it's the thing that I wake up to. Discord is a busy boy. So gold got its fear bid, and then it handed it back as crude came off. So seems like the commodities at the moment are cycling amongst themselves a little bit. But another little tidbit: the consumer is weakening is a story. It's a good story. It might even be true, and it will not tell you where to put your stop. 7,800 on the S&P is a number with real orders sitting on it. You can put a stop under a level. You cannot put a stop under a narrative. All right. So the elephant on the chart. Why has the tape been ignoring our levels, guys? I mean, Dave and I have been talking about this all week. I've been struggling with the levels the last week or two, because it just hasn't been obeying in my opinion, what it normally does. Dave's been telling a very different story because he's a little bit smarter than me. Sorry, my buddy coming over to visit from France just showed me something I didn't want to see. Thank you for that, Nicholas. So if your levels have been getting blown through, faded, then blown through again, it's not just you, and it's not just your levels. Your levels are valid 80% of the time, if they are valid levels, of course, if they are playable levels. The tape's been brewed for a couple of weeks, and here's why I think that is. August liquidity is thin. Half the decks are on a beach. Remember that. A lot of people are on holiday. They've gone to the Caribbean. They've gone to the south of France, where it's particularly hot at the moment. And the book means the same size order moves price further. So breaks overshoot the level instead of respecting it, then snap back when there's no follow through behind them. A level isn't wrong in August. It's just got fewer defenders standing on it. All right. It's a headline take, not a flow take. CPI Wednesday, PPI Thursday, retail sales on Friday, tariffs on the 7th, Iran in the background. When the next candle depends on a data print, price cuts through the technical levels like they're not there. Because for that 30 seconds, they're kind of not. The order flow that normally depends on a level steps aside ahead of every release. So this is a regular price action we are getting for those particular reasons. Dispersion is savage under the Calm Index. Cisco beat by 4 billion and fell 4%. That's a lot of money. The index closed at a record while half the tape got smacked, and that's stretch positioning unwinding name by name. The index chart looks serene. Your individual chart looks like a lie detector test. A breakout itself changes the game. That's where these longer trend environments, these longer trend buy and sell biases, they've been pretty dominant. We've been seeing a lot more frequently. But we spend 3 months in a range. Every level's got trained on that box. That then we broke out above an all-time high. There is no resistance memory, no trapped sellers, no old highs. Price is in complete discovery mode. Dave taught me that. Levels above ATH are projections, not memories, and the market treats them with the respect projections deserve. Absolutely F all. So when does it get easier? Dave? When does it get easier?
When does marriage get easier?
Oh, you've been saying that as well. What was the saying? what was the saying you came out with?
Two hardest things in life for you are going to be trading and marriage. That was something that Evan's in the chat. That's something Evan told me when I first started.
Evan is an absolute cesspool of wonderful knowledge, just like that. I've been trading with Evan for a few days now, and I can tell you he's a wonderful chap. Hopefully, we'll get to know him a little bit better soon. We have to get Evan on as a guest speaker. What do you think?
Yeah, man. I think he had a massive manual trading day today. I think he was up like $4,200 or something.
Absolutely nothing then. Just a couple bucks.
Yeah.
But we've Evan, it's good to have you with us.
Yeah, he's a very good trader.
But yeah, a little bit about when it might get easier. This is my, I don't know what to call this. I can't really call it a hypothesis, but my hope. I don't know, and no one does. That anyone, and nor does anyone charging you for a course, which is why we say all the time, you trade what's on the charts, you trade what's in front of you, not what you think is going to be there. But there is a calendar answer and a structure answer. The calendar answer, the tape usually starts behaving after Labor Day. Desks come back, volume returns, levels get the defenders back. Between here and there sits NVIDIA on the 26th. That's a big one, guys. We'll talk about that a little bit closer to the time. Jackson Hole 27th to 29th, and the FOMC on the 15th of September. Those three prints resolve most of the questions this market is currently whipsawing over. Is the AI CapEx bid real? NVIDIA, and what's the Fed's tone, the Jackson Hole, and does the no cuts pricing hold from FOMC? So when we get those three bad boys, the trifecta, coming in, we're going to have a little bit more of an idea about what's going to be coming in and how and when it's going to start behaving again. The structure answer, love you too, Evan. The structure answer, we need either a successful retest of the old range top, breakout holds, levels respected, everyone recalibrates, or a proper rejection back into the range. Where am I? Either outcome gives you a tape with agreed reference points. Again, it's the in between.
Do you need to change the slides?
I don't think so. Am I? Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I'll get to that in a minute. This is just something that I was writing down a minute ago because I've been complaining about it for ages and I want to get into it.
Gotcha.
Where was I? I've forgotten. You've interrupted me.
Sorry, man.
Terrible person. Dave, I can barely read and articulate. You can't interrupt me like that. Yeah, proper rejection back into the range. So either outcome gives you a tape with agreed reference points again. It's the in-between, the drift above the old box with no retest that trades horribly. That's where we are right now. So we're hoping it's going to change soon. The caveat, September is also seasonally the market's worst month. So easier may mean directional rather than gentle. So trending tape that respects levels is easier to trade than chop even when it's going down. So be careful what you wish for. We might get a bit of a trend. You know, we do like a trend every now and again. The practical takeaway, fewer trades, wider stops and smaller size at the moment, guys. It's perfect for what we're trying to do with the MMA. And let the level prove itself before you lean into it. And try your hardest for those A+ setups only. The market's paying badly for B grades right now, and it's not worth the risk as far as I'm concerned. But all right, Dave. Did you see what did you see what he just put in there?
Who?
He's put that 4,200 on the day with MNQ. He's trading MNQ.
Yeah, he is.
Good man. Well done.
I mean, it was like the VIX. We were talking about it. The VIX was just horrendous with ES. Like 15 VIX trying to trade ES. It's like it's miserable. So he swapped over to MNQ and made $4,200 today. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Maybe you should do that more often, Evan.
Yeah.
What's Evan's sweet spot on the VIX at the moment?
So, I mean, I've adopted his rule. So when I started trading, he has a rule that he trades um, MNQ or NQ if the VIX is below 20, and then if it gets above 20, then he'll switch over to ES because you get similar moves in ES when the VIX is above 20 as you would in NQ. You would get.
Well, the ES is a lot more forgiving. It's a lot more forgiving.
It does respect levels a lot, but the problem is when it gets such like a low VIX environment, it's just miserable to trade. It can be miserable to trade.
There's nothing worse than low volatility ES. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things worse.
RTY, low volatility.
I take it back. I take it back. Yeah, you're not wrong there, old boy. I used to trade was the ES and the GC, and then as soon as I started with my Renko strategies, they just don't work as well on the ES. You've got to go down the box sizes, and you got to mess with the deviations on the bands, and it was just too much work. It was just felt like work again, having to recalibrate everything and mess about with things that have been working for quite a while, and that's when I moved over. And don't get me wrong, the Renkos are great. The Renkos are really, really good when you see a level start lining up and you start seeing resistance and hopefully a rejection at one of those big levels, because it ties in perfectly with what you're looking at on the Renkos. But Christ alive, and sorry for my blasphemy, I do apologize, that it's just not been lining up the last couple of weeks, and that's just the way it is, guys and girls. Like you can have things, you can have like multi-adaptive strategies, whether they be discretionary, whether they be autonomous or automation, and they can operate it really, really well in some environments. But you know the art of deploying what you think the day is going to be, is the key to how this is. And Dave, we were talking about this the other day. It's tough to diagnose what sort of day we're having until the day's done, and then you look back retrospectively. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, any advice, Dave, on how to figure out what's going on, in real time?
Yep, auction market theory. You have in value, out of value. It's pretty simple. You can use the previous day's value area as the value area that you're looking at. And you can know whether or not you're in price discovery or whether or not you're in value. If you're in value, you're looking for. Oops, what did I just get? Cypher just triggered a trade.
Yeah, mine just kicked off as well.
Yeah, so you just have to find a way of speaking about the market. I don't care if it's like FVGs or whatever, the ICT stuff. Like, find a way to speak about the market. And then you can start having that inner monologue as you're watching the market and as things are going, to where you can categorize things and kind of see how things are playing out. And then you have to come in with a thesis. So it's like, we don't know the future. So you have to have a thesis that you're going to play with in the market. So like yesterday, my thesis was that after we had a giant initial balance, that we weren't going to go back into price discovery. We weren't going to keep on trending up. So I was looking for reversion from the highs. Mm-hmm. Like if we got up higher, I was looking for a short down. So that's what I played all day, and
it worked.
Yeah,
and it worked really, really well. Yeah, no, that trade yesterday, it was a confusing one to start with, but mate, you held your own. I keep saying it over and over and over again, but. You did real good there, man. You did.
Bummer it didn't work out because we had a lot of room to the downside, as you saw today.
Yeah,
literally today. That's basically the move I was looking for yesterday. Mm-hmm. With holding the 2 micros that I had left, was looking basically where we went today. So
I was really surprised it didn't go through a little bit more drop. I thought it was going to flush at that point, but that's just the market that we play with. And what we spoke about a second ago, or what I was gum flapping on about a second ago, and in why it's because of this summer crap. August is generally a tough month. As I said also, that September's a bit, statistically it's one of the toughest months, but August is really, really tough because it's low volume. all of these levels are getting disrespected because of that very reason, because there's less skin in the game. So, you know, we're constantly messing with these tradable levels and these operational levels, you know, that most of the time are respected in one way, shape, or form. And you've got to trade what's on the chart, the environment that you're stuck in, and you've got to be prepared every now and again to take some L's, you know, and still have skin in the game, ready to shoot your guns in the air, point blank style, pop, 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 when there's actually something to trade on the charts, and not lose your cool. You know, a lot of people have a tough time conceptualizing to accepting that, you know, a losing month is sometimes a winning month. A losing day is sometimes a winning day. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but when you've got a strategy that is viable, or strategies that are viable, and things that have been working for, say, 10 months of the year, that's still a win.
Yeah,
that's still a win. That you're still using, you're utilizing an edge that wins most of the time. If it wins 70% of the time, it's still winning. You know, and you just got to keep your skin in the game. You've got to be patient, and you've got to be waiting in ready behind that bin, you know, in the car park with a knife. I'm joking. But let's talk about some earnings. Well, what do we have this week, Dave? We had some core weave. Let's talk about some winners. We had core weave up 14%. Good old core weave. Q2 revenue up 2.5 billion, up 112% year on year. Go guys, doubled in a year. Super micro even, up 6% on guidance that was frankly a little bit silly. Up. What do we have there? 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. Couldn't have said that better myself, Scotty. Couldn't have said that better. Where am I? I keep losing my spot. I'm sorry. Oklo jumped on hitting a nuclear criticality milestone. I can't even say that. Have a look at Oklo. TSMC sales up 45%. It was a real beat on the revenue. It's a good, nice one to look at. The good news, still sold club on the red there. Cisco beat and guided full-year revenue 72.2 to 73.4 billion against a 68.69 billion consensus. That's roughly $4 billion above what the street expected, but the stock, it fell 4.5%. How do you get your head around that? Applied Materials beat revenue by 9 billion, up 23%, but the stock fell nearly 5%. And here's the kicker. AMAT's average day of reaction across its last 5 beats is minus 2.18%. It has a habit. It's Cerebrus, minus 14%. The trade desk plummeted. National Vision down 6% on guidance, but yeah, it's a little bit of expectations versus results, guys, because you can never truly tell. This is the single most useful thing a newer trader can internalize. Cisco did not have a bad quarter. Poor Cisco. Cisco had a great quarter, and the stock fell 4% because a great quarter was already in that price. AMAT was up 200% going into that print. When everybody already owns it and everybody already expects it, a beat is just the plan continuously working. You don't get paid twice for the same idea. I like that one. I might use that again. All right, what we got? We've got a bit of NVIDIA next. We've got 12 days to the big one. You got any plans for NVIDIA?
Nope. No.
That was a quick answer, but you know what? It spoke volumes.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out at so after the close, it's like after 3 o'clock my time, and it can be anywhere from like a big nothing burger, or you can it looks like CPI. I mean, you never know.
A big nothing burger. Nice.
Yeah.
Like
it's
that.
I just don't think about it much because I don't really trade after the bell, anyways.
I
Unless I'm
do
holding something.
like to watch the gap though. Oh, where are we? Oh, let's get those legs up. Been a long day. So new spotlight this week because we talked about SpaceX to absolute death. I'm bored of talking about Elon. So going to talk a little bit about a different Mag 7, you know, for the next couple of weeks, try and get the microscope to land on a different one. And this time it's landed on the wonderful people at NVIDIA. Because in 12 days, it delivers the most important print, in my opinion anyway, of the quarter. 26th of August after the close, as Dave just said. It's definitely one to circle on the calendar. The scale of it, NVIDIA's own guide is 91 billion. 91 billion for the quarter, plus or minus 2%. That's roughly up 95% year on year. The street wants more. Consensus has crept to 93 to 95 billion. It's billions above what the company itself guided. Billions. I still don't know how many zeros that is. Why the print runs the whole tape. So every AI name that beat this week, Core Eve doubling, Super Micro's silly guide, TSMC's entire CapEx story. It's all of that is downstream of NVIDIA's order book, and they're the receipts. NVIDIA is the entire till. So this is the source print for the whole CapEx, and the CapEx story is why we're at records. The cautionary tale is 3 months old in May. Data center revenues roughly doubled, and the stock slid anyway. Same disease at Cisco and Amat this week. When a beat is fully expected, the beat itself pays nothing. The guide does the talking, not this quarter, not the quarter. So what to actually watch? Blackwell ramp pace. The data center is effectively the whole company now. Vera Rubin. Any roadmap update on the next platform? Markets price the roadmap, not entirely the quarter. China, the guide assumes zero China data center revenue, so anything there is upside, but there's a live wrinkle. Reports that DeepSeek trained its latest model on Blackwell chips is apparently breach of export controls. So we'll see what happens there. That puts NVIDIA in the middle of the US-China policy fight the week before it reports. So headline risk, both directions. Keep your eyes on the news. This is one of the three catalysts we said could end the chop in the last segment. If NVIDIA lands well, the market gets its biggest question answered, and the tape hopefully gets a direction anyway. If it lands badly, well, it gets that direction too, just not the one your longs want. So keep an eye. Yes, I've made the till and receipts my analogy of the week. Please, just try not to take it too seriously. I know my jokes are crap. I do apologize. Davey Dave.
What's up?
Davey Dave. Dave the Man Cave. I've got to come up with a new nickname. I've been toying with nicknames all week and just nothing stuck. Zogman is the best one I've got. What are we anticipating anything in the algorithmic world for NVIDIA and the earnings and a little bit of the tape that hopefully will tell a different story? Is there anything that we could be wary of here?
You're talking about like just risk management wise? So it really depends on what firm you're with, because like Top Step closes out at 10 minutes after the bell, so you can't even be in a position at that point. I'm not sure how many firms are close up that early, but you just have to check with your firm. Because if you're in a trade, you typically don't want, you can either do what Brad does, which is manually set your orders out on your chart, or I would just close out of the trade. I mean, there's no reason to risk it. TradingView doesn't even track it right. So like if you get filled really bad, it doesn't really show correctly on TradingView. So like your backtest actually doesn't build that into it because it's not accurate. So just be wary of it. And just honestly, if you have a prop firm that lets you hold a trade that long into the close, and you're actually in a trade, which I rarely am, I would just close it out. There's no reason to risk it.
Risk it for a chocolate biscuit. I found out yesterday that my funded futures allows you to hold trades overnight. Is that right?
My Funded Futures. I had not heard that about My Funded Futures.
Came back on. I can't remember what I was doing on Claude. I think I was doing that pricing matrix that we were talking
I know
about.
Phibius does. Phibius does.
Try saying that 3 times in a mirror.
Phibius.
When you're drunk at night.
Yeah.
all of your brokers will be disconnected in the morning. Yeah. So keep an eye on that, guys. If you are cash trading, if you are trading cash accounts, be wary. Be wary of that one.
Oh, just don't even trade cash accounts during that time. Like, yeah. That just makes no sense. I would not touch my cash account. I would be wary to even touch a funded account, like just a simulated funded account. I probably still wouldn't, but like maybe evals. Like I would consider it with evals. That's about it.
I like abusing evals as well. I abused the absolute crap out of that 25k and on the dynamic this week.
Dude, I still have that 25k I passed like 3 weeks ago.
I can't believe you kept that bad boy that long.
In May, I made just a crap ton of money the first day. So my consistency, I've taken 3 payouts now out of it. So
what did you have? What were you up on that on a 30% consistency? 5k.
Yeah, I'm up a ton on it. So yeah.
And what's the maximum contract size? 20 contracts.
I think so. I think 20 contracts.
And tell me you've been using those full 20.
No, it just depends on the day, man. I mean, $300. So like I have a lockout at like 260 because that's the minimum. So that way I can just hit my consistency and take another $1,500 payout until I basically get back down to where my buffer would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you could take just the smallest trade and be up $250. So it's like I'll go in with like 10 contracts and in a couple minutes I'll be at that. I sent you my calendar. I've literally not lost a day in like 11 days.
I know. I love those streaks, and long may it last. I bless you, my child. Long may it last. I've had a tough start to the month. I've had a couple payouts, of course, because I was cruising. I'm always cruising around payout on 1 or 2 of them, but it's been real tough. It's been real tough this month, but you know, I've got hope for the next few weeks. As we said, once we get out of this weird summer where we're all sweating. I was about to say something horrible, but sweaty betties. And people get back in front of the desks, you know, fingers crossed things will start getting back to normal. Well, we know they do because they do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just hold fire, boys and girls. All right. Should we talk about some macro?
Let's do it.
Let's do this.
Straight up your muse. What happened? Trump said that it's open, and then Iran came out and was like, fact check.
Yeah, we're talking about this. You can tell me and Dave don't stop nattering like schoolgirls all day about all this stuff. Yes, we were laughing earlier about the fact that the Strait of Hormuz, which we mention in every single show, was open and ready for business, and then Iran put out a little notification saying that no ship
fact check
no ship is
mostly
safe.
False.
No ship is safe. And then the UK government came out there saying that it had been one of the ships had been fired with an RPG. So different news coming from different parts of the world. Yep. This is why we have this transcontinental chatter club, because we compare what news is coming out, and then we generally find what's really happening somewhere in the middle.
Was anybody watching Crude when that happened? When Iran released their statement about it? And
no, not me anyway.
No.
If anyone watching was was watching the Crude, please let us know.
The indexes did nothing. I think I saw the news pop up, and the indexes pretty much just stayed normal.
Yeah. So I think people are just a bit bored of it now.
Yeah.
You know,
they're like, oh, a bomb?
Yeah. Oh, a bomb. I'm not even going to duck this time.
Yeah.
I got more worried. Yeah, I got more worried about that alert we got a second ago. So here in the UK, it's so dry at the moment. They're putting out, I had 4 in a row whilst we were talking earlier, saying that wildfires, we keep having wildfires here on the south coast. So no one's allowed to have a barbecue in a public place for a little while. but there was one just down the road, and that scared the crap out of me a lot more than any Trump tweets. But touch wood, because I've been on the receiving end and the receiving end badly because of that man's furious Twitter thumbs. So,
Jay, do you want to go in and buy that $100,000 early access to his tweets with me?
no,
We'll go 50,000 each, and
I absolutely do not want to do that. If absolutely don't. If anyone's seen that as well, you can get access to all of Trump's insider trading for a nice sum of $100,000. Is it a year, or is it just a one-off fee?
I'm not sure.
I couldn't believe that.
Seriously.
I couldn't believe that. And
then, who are they buying it from? Like, because like the data provider for like True Social or something?
No idea, but it comes with an API key as well.
So crazy. So crazy, man.
I know. The world we live in at the moment, it's just become normalized, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's just become normalized. And
you'll still get it. You'll still get it like minutes later than like Barron Trump got it. So.
Of course, Barron's what 10 million barrels by the time that bad boy's come out. But yeah, it's amazing that it's actively, openly discussed as a product offered to the public. It's crazy. I think a few people might stand up in court at some point about that, but
yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's talk about the Fed. Hello, Feddy. Funds rate. So we all know 3.5 to 3.75, the fifth consecutive pause. Here's the odd bit. The market implied odds of zero cuts in 2026 are around 86%. So traders have basically written off erasing this year. But this week's data was dovish. Soft CPI, softer PPI, weak consumer. The gap is where the next move lies. Either the data drags price dovish, or the Fed holds and no cut trade sticks. Something has to give. So what is going to happen? No one knows. The next FOMC is the 15th of September. The theme is financial innovation, implications for payments and policy, digital payments and CBDCs. Less about rates than usual, but the tone, it definitely still matters. And anyone that is trading FOMC knows how much I hate it. We'll go into a little bit more of that a little bit closer to the time, because the last one is still ingrained in my memory. Crude spiked to $105 on the 23rd of July when mid-June the Iran-US ceasefire broke down, but the North Sea dated rose $25.67 over July to finish at 96.8, an almost $40 range inside 1 month. So yeah, wild. Now around $92 and drifting. So lower oil is one of the three reasons we are currently at record highs. So we'll see what oil does. Currencies and trade. I don't like currencies. Dollar firm pushing down towards 101. Partly the new tariffs on 69 countries. Thank you for that. We just had to pay a massive shipping fee on my sign that I've been waiting for this wall, which will hopefully be here next week. I can't wait to show you guys. But yeah, so they took effect. Was it last week? Where are we? The 14th. On the 7th of August. The euro heavy towards 1.13. US JPY through 150. Yeah, and we'll talk about currencies another time because they're boring. Iran headlines, tariff announcement, a retail sales number at 8:30. You can't predict any of these, and anyone telling you they can is selling something generally on what's that one called? What's the one that you sign up on the Discord for the monthly?
The Nitro?
No, is it Nitro? No. What all of the influencers give you their trading courses on? WAP. That's the one. Oh. Selling something on WAP. What you can control is how much you have on when the headline lands. So be wary. Size down into events. A small position through a shock is a story you can tell later. A large one is a lesson that you pay for through every orifice. Guys, we've got some cool stuff. We've got a new guy coming on the marketplace. Scotty, I believe you're there because you are in the chat. Hello, Scotty. How are you, my friend? Yes, you can follow the Pelosi trades while she still exists. Yeah, you can. Future Spot has access to an API that shows congressional trades and other nuggets. All right, Scotty, we got to talk, man. We got to talk. We were talking briefly on Discord the other day, and I think we've got to get an interview up at some point. You and I, living the dream, mate. Living the dream. Is it available on the store yet, David?
Yes,
it is. When was it released?
Yesterday, for $200 a month.
200
that is a steal for everything he's put into that, and
a lot of work has gone into this, guys. Dave, can you tell me a little bit more about Scotty's one? Because I know it's available as a signal. I don't know much more than that.
Yeah, so it's going to execute on your account similar to a broadcast and how a broadcast would. Yep, day 1 for launch, institutional orb, 3 for 3 session. Man, what a launch, dude. That's awesome.
What a launch.
That is super awesome, man.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, I need to get it onto some stuff and like really start to dig into it. But I think my history as I started with ORB, so that was my first strategy that I learned. It's super simple. It's easy to learn. I think he has like his own kind of twist on it, and it's really piques my interest how this is, because what you typically see with ORB strategies is low win rate, and you are catching the trend days. So you're looking for a breakout of the ORB. This is what I learned when I first started, was I had probably a 30-40% win rate, and I would have like just loss after loss after loss day, and then just a day that made it all up plus some. So that was kind of how my ORB stuff happened. But looking at these statistics and seeing that 87% win rate, average winner, average loser, like this is just a really interesting take on ORB in general. So I'm liking it. I like the high win rate strategies for prop trading.
Agreed.
I've met a lot of guys that want to come in and trade props with ORB, and in my experience, like the traditional way of trading ORB does not work well with prop firms.
It doesn't. It's cuts. Yeah. Massive winner and no consistency for ages.
Yep. So and exactly. Like you can't have those massive winning days when you have a consistency in your eval. You have to end up cutting off your winning days, which then ORB doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Like the traditional way of trading ORB just doesn't work, because you have to cut off those winning days, which you need in order to make the strategy profitable. This is such an interesting take.
Unless you have what both of I have done at more than one time occasion, is you have a strategy like this that has one big winner and then cuts. And then what happens is your consistency goes from $1,500 or $2,000 or $3,000, and it suddenly turns into $6,000. Yeah. And then you're constantly trading your way out of this bloody consistency.
Yep.
And I've done it many a time, and had to either lose some, and then that ruins the data and the entire strategy itself. But ORB works really well on cash.
Yeah, it's really. I'm curious if this. I'll have to take a closer look at it, but and maybe Future Scott could send me a message and explain some of this to me. But is it?
Tell me, oh wise one. Tell me.
Is there like, for example, like Big Daddy Max? I know he's an ORB guy. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but he's a pretty big influencer within the trading space. I know he fades the 15-minute ORB quite a bit. So like he'll actually look for a rejection up at the high of the ORB and trade it back down to the midpoint or the low point. I don't know too much about him, but I've seen him do that in a few videos. So I wonder if some of it, if there's anything to do with that in this, or if it's all breakout stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to be running it as from next week, guys. It's available on the Clear Edge Marketplace, the same place that you can find all of our strategies, the ones that we've approved and we like and we love. A lot of the guys have been testing this one out. I haven't had a chance to sink my teeth into it yet. I'm really looking forward to. If you've got any questions, you can find on the Discord, Future Scott, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer any questions that you have there. But you can ask the dumb questions to myself and Dave. Anything smart goes to Brad or Scott. And I'll get a better picture for when we talk about this, hopefully in the interview soon. So we'll have some more data. Let's have a look. I think I've got another slide for you guys. What we got now? Oh yeah, so sorry, apologies, moving off of that one, but yeah, please do take a look. We'll have some better data available on the institutional orb once we've run it a little bit more. But interesting stuff. I do love an orb strategy. I like it better when they work. The ones that I've tried to automate over the years have failed terribly. So I'm gonna get some ideas off of Scotty and probably run that for a little while. But so we've had a great launch on the silver tier, Punisher silver tier, and gold tier auto strategies. We've had one of our users. I've been asked not to mention them, so I won't. But I will mention that the data that was captured here was really interesting. So we had to talk about an RTY, and I'm going to say it the correct way now, Dave. You'll be proud of me. Heikenashis. On the one
we can understand.
Yeah, apparently I'm British and no one understands me. But there's a 1 minute chart knocking about, guys. If you want to take a look at that, it's been optimized by my friend, who I will not name. But it's really interesting data there. It's actually been moved on to a different cash account now by them. So it's definitely take a look at. The one of the optimizations, I think it came from Bison as well. Bison's on a bit of a run. It came up with an MNQ chart for the Trend Breather Scalper, and this one's doing really, really well. So I think what we're going to start doing is releasing some of our creators, one of our users' charts as well, over on the Discord. So if you want to have a look at those before we've released them, give us a shout. Me and Dave are always happy to help. All right.
Yep.
Always happy to help. So next week, what we got next week? We'll go a little bit more into this on Sunday. But we've got a few earnings to come in. Obviously, we've got that big one on Nvidia the week afterwards. You know, lots of things coming up. But we'll post things for you in the Discord, so keep an eye on our updates. And I think that is it for today, guys, because we're running over a little bit. But let's shall we get our wheel of fortune? What are we calling it? Wheel of fun. Guys, this is literally your last. You've got 20 seconds now to get your name in. If you haven't got your name in, whack the words Clear Edge into the chat. I think it's over there. Boop, boop. Get it in the chat, and we'll get you entered for that. So 10 seconds. 5 seconds. And Dave, I love that hat, mate.
Thanks, brother.
I've said it a couple of times. I love that hat. I want my Clear Edge hat. They keep forgetting to send us the Clear Edge hat. I want a hoodie and I want a hat. All right, let's do this, Davey Dave. DJ.
I'm getting the spinning wheel of death on my computer right now.
Future Scott, you can join us. We love you. You can join us.
I have no idea what is happening right now, but you see my mouse?
All right.
Oh, there it goes. Wait. Nothing.
Your Mac's having a field day this week.
Yeah, something's going on with my Mac. Let me, I don't even know what to do at this point. What do I do?
Throw it out the window.
Yeah. Well, it won't let me.
Sorry, guys, we're having some technical difficulties.
I don't understand why I don't ever get that spinning wheel of death. Let's see. Application not responding is what it's saying.
Is that a Claude creation?
No. No.
Well, I'm sorry to keep.
Hey, I'm gonna force close and just jump back into the stream. I'll be right back.
All right, buddy. I'll keep everyone entertained. I've put together a musical number based on the sound of music. Would you like me to sing my latest rendition? Okay, I'm not going to do that, guys. But what I will do, we'll wait here patiently until Dave is back. He's frozen now. I tell you what we will do. I tell you what we will do, because it feels like we're experiencing some quite funny technical difficulties. I'm sorry to keep you all hanging, but what we will do is we will announce the winner, and I promise you it won't be fixed. Oh, hang on, Dave's back. Dave's back. Dave, are you back? I've got 2 Daves right now. Hang on. Are you here?
All right, I have no audio on you guys, so I cannot hear, but I'm gonna spin the wheel before it starts freezing again.
Spin the wheel, baby. There we go. Oh, Branson
got it again.
No way. Congratulations, Branson. Marcus, you almost caught that one. Branson stole it from right underneath you. Nice job, man. Well done, Branson. I can't. Nice Branson's this actual run of luck that Branson's had. He's got his account back from Blue Sky. Now he's won another one. Congratulations, mate. Branson, I need your email. I need your email for your Blue Sky account. Get that over to me, and yeah, congratulations, guys. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely weekend. It's been a pleasure as always. Have a lovely weekend, and we will catch you on Sunday for the Sunday Systems Check, where we will be giving away another 50, well, can't even say 50k account anymore, another Blue Sky prop account for all of your hungry trader tummies. Have a lovely weekend, and we will catch you on the flip side. All the best. Bye, Dave. Dave can't hear us. Bye, Dave.